Hello friends, today we'll try to understand what is Node.js and what is basic architecture. So Node.js is an interpreter language that is built on top of JavaScript. It is mainly for the server-side programming language. So when you need a Node.js environment. For example, Node.js setup in order to run the JavaScript in the server level server side. So what it means is you need the node you need to set up node on the server first, which you get from the official website of Node.js. It's nothing but you can download. If it's a Windows server, then you can download Node.exe. If it's a Linux, then you can use a Bash, or it's a Mac, then you can use a Brew to install it. So that is a mandatory part. Whenever you install when you want to run a Node.js on the server side, you need a Node.js that will interpret your file at the runtime and it will execute. So Node.js is mandatory for a deployment. Okay, now let's understand how Node.js architecture works. For example, suppose it is said that Node.js can handle 10,000 requests parallelly and it can give you a proper response. So how it does in the background, let's try to understand. So first of all, it works on two architecture. One is the event loop and the another is the UV. It's a C++ library that it works in the background. That works in the background and that handles your jobs that has made just to work in parallel. Okay. So what it means is, for example, let's say you get say 10,000 requests. Example, 10,000 requests on a particular API, say login API. So what will happen is first the request will come to the first the request will come to the event loop. Yeah, directly the event. There is an event loop that keeps track of all the what I have to do next. So there is a as in for now let's assume it as a queue that stores all the callbacks. Callbacks are nothing but events like what if a particular event happens, then what you should do. So all those callbacks are stored in the event loop. Okay. So what the best job of Node.js is to first check if this task is a synchronous task and or asynchronous task. Synchronous tasks are like steps by happening one after another. If the task is synchronous, it will execute and it will give you a response. If a task is asynchronous, for example, API call, fetching data from the DB, or writing to a file or reading from the file, all these are async tasks. This will require your OS or some third-party API call. So this can run in the background. So based on that, the event will schedule them in the in queue, and then whenever it gets time, it will be picked up by the live SCG or background worker and it will be executed. Once it is completed, it will be added to the callback queue. Then Node.js will keep checking on this callback queue through event loop where there is any task that it has to execute. And it will pick one by one task from the callback queue and then based on that it will give you a response. So this is how Node.js works in the background. Let's take a simple example. Suppose you go to a hotel where you have one waiter only. So now suppose multiple customers come to the hotel and they start giving you orders. So one waiter is enough to uh, pick up all the orders and give it to the kitchen department. So what will happen is waiter will take suppose there are five tables and so waiter will take order from each table one by one and it will give it to the kitchen department. Now assume this is synchronous. Asynchronous is like suppose no, sorry, this is a different example. So what waiter will do is waiter will first take the order from table one, it will go to the kitchen department. If it waits there till the order is prepared and then it comes back to table one, then this is a blocking task. It is not asynchronous, it is synchronous happening, but it is blocking other tables also. So in that case, what the waiter can do is takes the order from all the tables and one by one take the order from table one, go to the kitchen department, come back, go to table two, take the order, again go to the kitchen department. Once the kitchen department gives him a call back out to the order of table one is ready, then again the waiter can go to that kitchen department, pick up the order and deliver it. So this is how Node.js work in the background. So basically, this first it register the task that okay, this is the task that we have to execute, and based on the libuv background worker or the OS, it notifies the Node.js that okay, the task is completed. Now you can do the other task. This is how Node.js works. Yeah. Thank you. If you have any doubts, let me know in the comment section, and I'll attach the URL, the difference between the compiler and the interpreter. You can go through it. Thank you.